This man's played around 4,000 games of FIFA this year. He plays on the Xbox, he plays on the PlayStation 4. He knows his way around the virtual pitch.
68 goals scored as well for Megabit as we just kick off this first leg. 2 legs as always, aggregate scoreline here at the FIFA eWorldcup playoffs in Amsterdam. The Xbox side of things, Rafsou looking to start as he means to go on, just offside there. But Rafsou, he said, he came out earlier, I'm playing like I play at home. There's no pressure on me right now because I've got my place for the grand final. If you didn't know already, the round of 16 was where he confirmed your place for the FIFA eWorldcup grand final in London, happening in August, 2nd to 4th. They're off that month there, get that one in your diary. And the question we asked of players, who really wanted to go that step further? Who was, getting to London? Was that enough for some players, or going the full way and getting that #1 seed? Who wanted that? Yeah, that top 16 was enough for some players to pretty much put their place in the grand finals in August, in the biggest competition of the year. But for Megabit, he spoke in an interview on the couch earlier today. He said it's about reputation and pride. He's not even that bothered about the $35,000 that does come with being the Xbox champion. It's more about being called the best player in the world. And after that round of 16, you're playing for seeding. Ahead of London, it'll be 4 groups of 8. Whoever wins this will be top in Group A. And you could say it will be working in your favour. Don't get me wrong, you're going to be playing against 7 other incredible players in your group alone. Then you have to get out of that to face even tougher opponents in the knockout stages. Yeah, and I caught up with Mo Aubameyang, one of the best players on the PS4 side of things from Germany. And he said before this game starts, he's actually backing Rafsou, he thinks. He said the way that Megabit plays, very similar to the way that the Gorilla plays, with the attacking football, quick passing in the final third. And he thinks if he can implement the same sort of game that he played on Gorilla, he'll take it home against Megabit as well. And on paper, you would probably be looking at either Nicolas Rajek, MS Dasari, or, Gorilla to be at this stage right now. It hasn't worked like that. It's not worked like that at all. You've got 2 players who probably were the bookies' favourites coming into the tournament, but they've performed on the big stage when they need to. Look at Portugal from the Euros. Over the course of the tournament, they were just the best team. Well, a pause has been cued by Megabit. If you didn't know already, the German from Stark Esports as well. They're coming out of a roster, and more importantly, a nation of Germany that is just full of talent. Incredible players. The stranger. The in-house crowd, sorry to interrupt you there. Megabit probably the slight favourite from the crowd inside the stadium. But whoever fancies themselves in this final could go the full way. Megabit there, doing exceptionally well just to control it and pull it. Back to goal. I think he's a little bit surprised how that shot has gone actually so wide there. A pause has been cued by him though. I think he's just saying something wasn't well off his controller, but you can see the formations in use. 4-2-3-1 for Olympic Lyon Rafsou, and as you can see, a crowd full of people here. Yeah, and the way that he plays the 4-2-3-1, usually you see sort of a defensive 4-2-3-1, keeping a lot of possession, getting flashbacks to the Club World Cup, something similar to what Cody Finish would do. Just slow down the game, play a lot of possession, whereas on the other side of it, you've got someone like Rafsou. He plays sort of more a stranger-esque 4-2-3-1. Where it's quite attacking, the way that he plays. He soaks up a lot of pressure and then counter-attacks quickly on his opponents. Something that you typically don't see with that 4-2-3-1 formation. Well, Megabit's got the controller issue fixed. He's all good to play on now as we just jump back in to the game. Now, 24 minutes in the clock, still goalless. Only one shot to separate the two. You've got to say if that through ball went through to R9 Ronaldo, that could have been causing him some problems. As we said, we are in Amsterdam for the FIFA eWorldcup Plus. 128 players made it here. Of course, only seen 64 of them on the Xbox side. 31 events, plus that last chance weekend to get yourself here. Rafsou got here via the last chance weekend, or he could have went via the Orange League as well. Megabit, on the other hand, got the job done in Barcelona. Referee! What a tackle. Won the ball. David Gea, pick it up. One of those tackles that had to be timed well, and if you're going to go for it, you have to win the ball. Yeah, it had to be perfect to the second, that tackle, and on that occasion, Sergio Ramos did get it correct. We've actually had the pleasure of interviewing both of these players, Brandon, on our podcast, and I think one thing that
really comes across from both of these is that they both want to be the best. It's not really about the prize money. It's more about the reputation and the way that they're perceived, not only among their peers, but among FIFA fans as well.
Well, here's a chance. Oh, I just need to play that ball out wide if he could. Superb defending. I know the likes of Timo and Benedict Salsa, again, under that Stark Esports banner, under, you know, the team of Wolfsburg said one thing that Megabit is incredible at, anticipation at the back, the way you can defend, the way you can, you know, time his tackles. Because if you time it wrong, gaps will appear and you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, I spoke to a lot of the guys who've played Megabit in the tournament so far and just played him over the course of the year at different LAN events. They said it doesn't really do anything like out of this world. He's not got like one particular skill move that he does or one particular real strength to his bow. He's just fantastic across the board. He does everything probably to like an 8.5 out of 10. He's just very efficient with everything that he does.
Got to say, Rafsou out of the two players has seen more in control of the game so far, but it is a two-legged affair, remember. Rafsou now takes the shot, deflection, and out for a corner.
Yeah, nothing to write home about in this first half.
Blanc now, not everyone's choice in the team, but as you know, the icons are in use. EA Unlocked account these guys are using. The cut-off date was just after the Bundesliga team of the season, hence why you might see a Goretzka involved. And Marco Reus.
Yeah, that team of the season, Goretzka, being one of the newest additions to the players' squads. Any player available up to the 18th of May, I believe it is.
And there's that man we just spoke about him, Goretzka. Has got the stats to either be a super sub or to start games. For a number of players, he has started games.
We saw Megabit in a final last week, in fact, at FC Twente Stadium. That didn't go to plan for him. He lost out on away goals to Cody the finisher. So will that be a sour taste in his mouth right now?
Rafsou, oh, you saw what he was trying to do there, just Berber spin inside. And it will go to half-time. Still goalless between the two. Whether it's nerves, we're not too sure, but a goalless start, maybe Megabit. Just taking some advice. But Rafsou on the other hand, headphones are in. Concentration mode is on.
We'll be listening to some music, do you think?
Well, it depends, you know.
In that knockout stage was just pretty much decimating everybody came up against. 8-3, 8-4, 8-5. Some of the scorelines en route to the final.
Now, on the other hand of that, Rafsou beating champions, beating winners from other events this year, and of course, Grilla as well. I was lucky not to be a penalty there from Rafsou. Of course, from Olympic Lyon in that white strip. From right to left in this half. This is only the first leg. There is still a second leg to come. No cross-console final, nothing like that. Just one console, two players on Xbox. 180 minutes of in-game FIFA time, and one winner.
One winner of the playoffs on the Xbox side of things, and we'll find out who will be the #1 and #2 seeds on the Xbox going in to the FIFA eWorldcup Grand Finals.
Well, you mentioned about Megabit scoring 68 goals. Can he make it 69? Here we go, chance. Ronaldo, referee, penalty! Rafsou was close to giving one away about 2 or 3 minutes ago. He made the mistake this time. And what an awful time to give away a penalty in a final. Up steps Arno Ronaldo now for Megabit. Which way is he going to go? Goes left and scores. Made that 69 goal score for Megabit.
And zero reaction from the German. Was there any doubt a German taking a penalty? Slots it home past the goalkeeper, breaks the deadlock just after the stroke of half-time. Zero reaction from either player. Rafsou, no complaints about the penalty, just going to get the game back underway and try and get straight back into the game as soon as possible.
Well, that's maybe one thing he needs to learn about. A few times now he has tried to dive in. Maybe that is the way he defends. He got lucky once or twice not to give away a penalty, and third time of asking, it will be Marcelo that gives away that foul, but we've seen it so many times throughout the competition. Rafsou bouncing back, Rafsou causing upsets. On paper, you probably wouldn't say one of the favourites to come in, but we saw him last year. He was incredible. Got himself to the grand final. Played in the FIFA Interactive Club World Cup, it was called back then. Obviously, the FIFA eClub World Cup last weekend in Paris. Played exceptionally well there. Lost in the cross-console final to Expect Sporting of FC Bromby at the time. And then after that, until now, this is the best we've seen him since then.
Yeah, he's definitely picked up the form from the Club World Cup last year. This is the best performance we've seen from him since that time.
Oh, could be two, could be worse. Neymar! The Frenchman scoring against Rafsou. Rafsou a little bit embarrassed there, just knows how bad he's defended that one.
Megabit makes it look oh so simple. That was Neymar doubling the lead. That 97 player of the year. Neymar slotting past the goalkeeper. 2 goals in, what, 15 minutes for Megabit. Just need to settle into the game a little bit.
And there's always that debate we have about Megabit. You know, why is he so good? Why is he so much better at finishing? You know, the basics, keeping possession. You know, the configuration of skills he uses occasionally, because he's played so many games. He's played on Xbox and PlayStation. He's had a taste of playing everyone in the European region. He's had a taste of playing everyone. I'm sure at some point these two may have matched.
Not only that, but also the muscle memory. When you're playing 4,000 games of FIFA in a year, everything's just second nature to you. Knowing where your players are going to be in the perfect position, he rarely switches formation. It's either a 4-2-2 or a 4-1-2-1-2 from Megabit. Knowing where your overlapping fullback's going to be, knowing where your left striker, your right striker's going to be for the 1-2 pass. It's second nature.
That's why he's always in the positions to score, you know, those chances we mentioned, not taking shots from 25 yards out, making sure it's a better angle, the finesse is on, a low driven's on to finish in big gains, because in some games you won't get as many chances. People will defend better, people will read how you play better. One thing that Rafsou does not want to do now is go and concede another one, so he'll set himself up for the second tie in not a good way at all as he comes forward. Tries to drag back Ronaldo, I just don't think he realised he had the space in front of him to drive into Neymar. Ronaldo, low driven! Goal back, game on for Rafsou.
I think one thing that both of these players have been criticised for in the past is the emotion and the reactions that they show when they do concede a goal, or when they feel as though the game's not going with them. Rafsou, he said sometimes that it breaks, he'll rage that hard, things will be destroyed by him. On the other side of it, Megabit, how many times do we hear him shouting at the game? I think more with Megabit, it's at himself, because he knows that the mistakes, they don't have to happen if he just switches on.
As you said, he's played so many games as well. He hit 160-0 in November. Remember the first qualifying month of the Global Series to get yourself in Barcelona. He ensured he had his qualification place there, and on paper you would say a win's coming for him. You know, a big championship should be on its way for him. Rafsou, can he chip the keeper? Doesn't want to instead. He saw the idea.
Desperately unlucky there. Good defending from Megabit. Chance still alive though for Rafsou.
He will come again. Pele this time stings the hands of David De Gea.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Rafsou's gameplay today. He's not afraid to shoot from that sort of range. Does like rolling the dice from outside the box.
Oh my, nearly. That went in. Acrobatic effort. Sergio Ramos played that one back across. It was R9 that tried an acrobatic effort. Back to goal again. Pele, he'll try and finesse. All Rafsou in these last 5 minutes. Calm yourself down, Megabit. Get back on possession and start to relax.
Yeah, if that bicycle kick could have gone in, the blazer would have been off.
Goretzka. Into Neymar now. He can stay like this going into that second leg. It will all be to play for. Only 1 goal needed by Rafsou. No away goals, nothing like that is needed. Extra time instead would be used to decide a winner, or if we have to go there, penalty shootout. Oh, lovely ball. How's he got that much space? R9 now. Turns inside. Berber spin into Ronaldo. Equaliser. And that is the emotion the Frenchman has been bringing throughout these 3 days here in Amsterdam.
3 passes from the goalkeeper to the back of the net. That's what it is. 1 long ball down the line, threaded through ball down the line, and then cut inside. Berber spin, slotted past the goalkeeper. Rafsou levels the game up with 5 minutes left to go in this first leg.
And as a neutral, how else would you want this first game to go? 2-2, everything to play for in the second leg. You have to go out and attack. Megabit now, he can't defend anything. And really mental, you know, the mental side of the game, it is swaying towards Rafsou.
Oh, it definitely is. The mental scales, you could say, definitely in Rafsou's favour right now.
However, Megabit He's been behind before. He's been in front, come back, number of times. Finesse, oh no, an end-to-end FIFA. A nod of the head from that man Megabit. Knows there's still a long way until he can be the winner in Amsterdam.
They do say you are most vulnerable when you have just scored a goal. That proving 100% accurate there. Megabit scoring to make it 3-2.
2 goals in the last 10 minutes as well between the two. A reply in 4 in-game minutes there. Added time to follow. If Rafsou can go and get himself a goal as well, what a spectacle this will be going into that second leg. Ronaldo now for Rafsou. Last chance, you'd have to say, from the man, the champion of Liga 1. Of course, one of the many E-leagues involved in the esports space now. Fantastic tackle by Arno Ronaldo, putting his sleeves up and ensuring he gets back to defend. Ronaldo, back to R9, scoop turn. Just uses his upper body strength there, R9 Ronaldo. Uses the drag back as well. Look at the space. Saw the idea. Just couldn't really pull off. Oh,
he's
no.
in behind.
Oh, no, what a ball. Can he get it back to his keeper? Well played. And there we go. That is game 1 concluded. Advantage just about to the German of Megabit from VF. You get your top seed ahead of London. No real champion here. You're going to say it's a winner at the end of the day. A winner that gets that top seed spot. How important is it to go into a tournament? It kind of gives that element of people should be a bit scared of you. You know, you have gone that far. You've won $35,000.
Well, it's a double. There's pros and there's cons to it. I think you're going in as that #1 seed, so people might be a little bit scared of you. They might play as though you are a name, so they might not play at their best. But also, people want to beat you.
Oh, Megabit!
What a start.
I said about a comeback early on to make it all square. Rafsou can only shake his head. A perfect start for the German. That's just a time in there of Marcelo through his legs. You do that another 5 times, he probably would have blocked it.
And that's the first thing that we're going to say. It will 0-0 up to half-time in the first leg. Will a player make an early start in this leg? Megabit, is it telekinesis? It read me mind. He thought, you know what, Richard, I will make an early start just for you.
Well, if Rafsou pulls this back now, 2 goals, it could be one hell of a game. He's giving away possession there. This is where Rafsou can sometimes let himself down a bit, or both players. When the game isn't going for them, or when they aren't doing the right things, they will get frustrated. You can see Rafsou there about 2 or 3 times there, just a shake of the head where he's not happy how he's defending. Needs to stay composed. Hey, look at the best players in the world, or from previous times. You know, Bruce Granick, we spoke about him quite a lot today.
Composure.
He would relax, he wouldn't lose his head. And that's what a coach can help you to do.
Yeah, it's composure, and it's also, I think you've got to, the very best players have lost in a final, or they've lost in major competitions. Looking at someone like Gorilla in Madrid, he lost in that final against Principe.
Rafsou!
You can then build on the defeats almost. Just last Thursday, Megabit lost in a final of a competition at LAN. He lost on away goals to Cody the Finisher. He might have got that sour taste in his mouth. You know what? I'm not going to another final. I'm not playing second fiddle to somebody else.
But you've got to say, when is the time coming? Quarter-finalist in Manchester, lost there. Semi-finalist in Barcelona, of course, lost to F2 Techs. Lost in a tournament last week in LAN. When is his time to win it? Is this it right now? He's learned on 3 occasions. Is this the time to go the full way? And if it is, he's picked the right tournament to do it. But maybe I'm speaking a little bit too early here. Still 75 in-game minutes left.
And Rafsou only trailing by 2.
He'll be hunting for a way back into this game. All he needs is 1 goal. Just to add a lot of pressure onto Megabit. But as you said, he's been to these finals. And if you look on the other side of that, Rafsou, he did lose in the cross-console final to Expect Sporting last year on FIFA 17 at the FIFA Interactive Club World Cup, it was called back then.
But the job was already done. I think the main thing for him was getting into the grand final last year, getting that last qualification spot alongside Expect Sporting, similar to what he's had to do this year at the playoffs.
That's what he said. He said, for me, the target of the tournament was to get a top 16 finish minimum, to get myself in that grand final. Megabit up 3 goals! And every goal he scores, there's his manager from VFL should be very, very proud. And I'm sure there'll be fans back in Germany supporting this man. throughout the competition. VfL Bochum football fans that follow this man. He's been making all the news headlines. And I'm sure if he goes and wins this, he'll be on a number more too.
We've seen the Megabit back from November, back from December when it was at his peak. We thought there were no getting better than that. What's he done? He's took it another level. He's gone to 11, has Megabit.
He's still so early though, it is still early. If there's anyone that would get a comeback, it would be Rafsou. Here he comes, there just...
Maybe took a touch out of his feet and looked for that low driven across the goalkeeper.
Marcelo. Still such a long period of time to play. Min Sung there, fantastic tackle from the team of the season for Item Goretzka.
Just shows the confidence that he's playing with to do a slide tackle like that.
Inside, Min Sung drops the shoulder, that just rolls across his body, and these are all the little deflections and the mistakes that will really frustrate Rafsou. Marcelo. Into Ronaldo again, playing around the edge of Megabit's box. Is he offside? No, he's... Oh, yes, he is. Rafsou just needs to keep on looking on Megabit's door. There will be a chance. There always will be that one way in.
You always get a chance, and there's so long left in this game. 26 minutes gone on the clock.
Even if he gets himself a goal before half-time, Richard, 2 goals in 45 minutes. 6 minutes, of course, real-life time, but if Megabit keeps playing like this, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, you can just tell that Megabit is feeling so confident. The skill moves coming out, something you don't really see from him that often. Look at the slide tackles, rash.
Needs to be careful, though, where he dives into those tackles.
I think we've seen Megabit in a couple of tournaments get players sent off.
I think it was only last week in that LAN, he did get someone sent off. But when the game, you know, when he's playing good game player, when he's playing exceptionally well in himself and he's confident, he is a machine. They call him the German machine, a number of other guys do as well. When you're full of confidence and you're playing some of the best FIFA, no one can stop you. Rafsou needs to try and
throw a cog in the machine.
Yeah, he has to. Rafsou now, Hullet. Still just trying to find a way through Megabit's defence. Hullet now, R9, Neymar! There's the goal! To maybe strike a comeback. I said, get yourself a goal before half-time. He knows the stats that Neymar possesses. He knows the area he can shoot in, and he's just scored a lovely goal there.
And that is that 4-2-3-1. Plays it out wide, he had the extra man in Neymar, cuts inside, finessed into that top right corner past the goalkeeper. Great finish from Rafsou, and patience is key right now. If he keeps on creating chances, they will start to fall for him. He just can't rush the opportunities in the final third. If he Megabit, on the other hand, keep hold of the ball and try and kill Rafsou's momentum. Take the sting out of the game almost.
And you see there, offside trap just jammed straight away from Rafsou. Wants to play a high line, wants to press the ball high. If he can get himself another goal before half-time. The guys on the couch thought Rafsou could get a comeback. At the time, he was only 1-0 down. Went 3 goals down. Now he's only 2 behind. But Megabit will be looking.
That'll look a foul, but referee let it go. Rafsou coming again on the counter-attack. On the charge.
Still not totally convinced in the way he's playing, though. Just seems to be a little bit nervous still. Does Rafsou. Lovely ball. Threaded through ball, in fact, down the line to or CR7, in fact. Normally Ronaldo to Ronaldo. Is the way that everyone seems to be scoring goals or creating chances, obviously, on these unlocked foot accounts. He's playing the ball impressively around the box. He'll look to exploit down the, down the wings again with a 4-2-3-1, as you mentioned. Cutting inside, using the finesse. CR7 in a pocket of space. Let it roll across your body, Min Sung. Toys to go one way, goes the other. And another goal for the Frenchman.
What a finish from Min Sung. We talked about it. That was the patience. He kept on recycling the ball until that opportunity came to him. Son, if you give him an inch, it will take a mile. Slotted into the top corner. De Gea, no chance.
You can see Megabit there. I just feel like he senses a few nerves now.
I'd love to get the heart rate monitor on him right now.
To see the situation that he was in before, cruise control, you would say. 3 goals in front. Maybe thinking, already, I've won this. You can never think you've won it in a game of competitive FIFA at this level. Only 2 chances. Rafsou has created a few more. and only 1 goal behind. What a second half of action we could have.
Yeah, Megabit leads 5-4 at half-time on aggregate. What a game. Rafsou, anytime he gets knocked down, always comes back into the game.
You can see there, the man in the Olympic Lyon on top of a coach of his.
Plenty of French FIFA players there as well. You can see Aero representing their man, Olympic Lyon Rafsou. And on the other side of it, you've got the guy, all the guys from Stark, all the German pros representing their player, Megabit, wanting to bring it home for the German nation.
Well, of course, on paper, the job is done to get to London, to get to the grand final, alongside a number of 14 players, 16 in total. But what a second half we could have here. A really poor start from Rafsou. He'll know that was a poor start. He came into the game trailing the goal, needed to score it. 3-4 minutes in game time, Megabit just scored it straight away, then scored another one to make it even worse. And one thing that he loves to do, Rafsou, as you mentioned, with this 4-2-3-1, exploit using the wingers, cut inside on the finesse if you can do it, and he's done it.
Yeah, it's usually ever so hard to get back into the game after you concede that early goal, but Rafsou, perfect example of how to do it. Straight back in the game against Megabit, and I'm thinking back now, looking at some of his previous results, maybe they're the things that he's really driving off of now. Beating a Manchester champion, MS Desari, beating the Barcelona champion in Tex, beating the world champion in Gorilla. They're the things that drive you.
And he said,
you don't want to beat all these players and then fall at the last hurdle.
He said, I want to be playing against the best players now. R9, Chance, Min Song there took a deflection. Megabit, you have to say, is worried. Look at the times. He's been in quarterfinals in Manchester, the Spring Cup there, and the semi-finalists in Barcelona, the Winter Cup. Of course, to get yourself into these playoffs, he's lost in those stages. Lost in a final last week, as we mentioned. These are things that play a psychological factor in your head. He's probably thinking, is this not my time again? Is this my time? If he gets a goal, it will shore things up. But Rafsou will be hunting for an equaliser. R9, oh, inches wide.
Flashed past the post from R9 on that low-driven. Rafsou going to try and play out from the back here. Going to dink it out wide, I imagine.
The confidence to play out short. We normally see a lot of the time last year, you know, goalkeeper just throwing it out, losing possession carelessly. Yeah, what a lot of the pros will do, dink it to the centre-back, head it back to the goalkeeper, then play from the hands of the goalie instead. Or occasionally, just wait, run around with your goalkeeper if he's got it in his hands to find that ball. Or even just play it long up to someone like CR7. How good is Ronaldo in the air? Pretty much wins. Incredible.
Every single knockdown, through ball down the line.
Speaking of Ronaldo, saw the intentions there to try and feed it through to R9. As I said, we're so used to saying Ronaldo to Ronaldo. Rafsou really knocking on the door now of Megabit as he comes forward with Neymar. Recycling the possession ever so well. He just waits for the perfect opportunity on the edge of the box to strike. Finesse, low driven, long shot. Everyone, what choice of shooting method he wants to use. He just rushed it there a little bit, did Rafsou. He's won the header though. Hullet, drag back, pulls away from Hullet. Scoop turn. Well played, Sergio Ramos. The timing of the tackle from Megabit. So impressive, and this is the chance if he can get through. Surely, one-on-one. Oh no, Ronaldo! The cushion is restored to 2 for Megabit. Yeah, end-to-end FIFA with that slide tackle. He threw the dice, played the slide tackle on the floor, did Megabit. It paid off for him. He won the ball back, and then quick counter-attack, 1-2 up top. That's what the 4-1-2-1-2 can do for you. You can play off your supporting striker. R9 goes through on goal, slots back past the goalkeeper, I should say. 6-4 the scoreline right now. And Megabit, the highest goal scorer in the competition, scored over 70 goals, averaging over 3 goals a game. I think that puts him up to 74 goals for the tournament, Megabit. And Rafsou now back to square one. 2 goals needed. You think it when it was only 1. You know, Rafsou, you could have said would have been on top. But then Megabit, all he needs to do was score that goal. You know, it is, as crazy as it sounds, end-to-end FIFA. A slide tackle to save yourself, to start a counter-attack, to play the through ball to R9. He took a heavy touch. And now Megabit will look to score again and extend his lead. Hullet will hit that one. David Haya saving it with his feet. But there's still a little bit of time left. There's plenty of time left for Rafsou. Not even hit the 75th minute yet. That's the sort of
the minute that a lot of players will look to get a goal before the 75th and then try and build going into the last 5-10 minutes. I think Rafsou will be looking towards extra time right now. Just try and get 2 goals. Force that extra time situation.
If you look on the other hand of results, Megabit didn't really have a competitive season last year. Went to Munich for the FIFA Interactive World Cup qualifiers and just did not perform there. That was it for him, and he was gutted. You know, he wanted to do better, wanted to try and get to that grand final. He's already done that this year. He's been everywhere this year. He's been hitting 160-0 back in November. He's been one of the hardest working players out there. Streams all his games, plays 80 games a weekend over both consoles.
Every single tournament pretty much this year that has been played, Megabit has been a part of it if he's been eligible to participate.
He just needs to keep control of possession.
Great tackle.
Still 2 goals up, as we mentioned. A quarter-finalist in Manchester, a semi-finalist in Barcelona, if you do follow the competitive scene. It was time for him to get to a big final and maybe win it. Maybe go the full way.
Yeah, can he go one step further?
If Rafsou can get a goal, it's going to be an interesting last 10 minutes in Amsterdam. Surely, Hullit's goal! Game on! A grand finale in a huge final. Imagine a goal goes in for Rafsou and we go to extra time.
1 goal separate these two with what? 10 minutes left to play. You can see Megabit's coach there.
He's nervous. He will be nervous.
Extremely nervous in the crowd. Megabit, you can just see him spamming the A button there to get past these replays.
Offside trap straight away from Rafsou. Wants to press high and just knows he has to.
If you can win the ball back, you always get 1 more opportunity. Just have to fashion it perfectly.
And I said if anyone could get a comeback, it could be Rafsou.
Oh, Megabit, seal the deal and put the nail in the coffin.
Just needs to win the ball back, Rafsou. There, deflection. Megabit has other ideas though. Oh no, Ronaldo, edge of the box to Hullit. Trying to just get away from his opponent. 1 more goal to confirm it. He has got the ball back. And we've got added time to come very shortly. It's one of those examples. You have to be ice cold. You have to play the best FIFA you can in situations like this. You won't get a bigger game. Well, you have to make sure every pass is perfect. This is what you work for on your weekend league games, when you're sparring against other pros. There, just really away. Poor. That is really poor.
It's in behind.
And surely that could be game over. Oh no, now 1-on-1 against David De Gea to win it! Megabit is the winner here in Amsterdam. All the work, all the preparation across both consoles he can play in as many tournaments as you need to. What a year, and what a way to set yourself up before going into that grand final as seed number 1 on Xbox.
Game, set, and match for Megabit. How many times will he have done that online? Low-driven past the goalkeeper, low-driven finesse with R9, left-footed, on that 5-star weak foot. Makes it look so simple, does Megabit.
But it's not for a win on your weekend league now. It's to be top seed and win $35,000 in Amsterdam. He's got a smile on his face. Congratulations, Megabit, from VFL Bochum. What a year this man has had, and he deserves it. They call him the German machine.